Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. It's a beautiful summer's day. Let me just give you a panning shot and just let you see what I'm seeing. It's warm, it's just got a little bit of a breeze. The sun is shimmering on the surface of the water, and it's Wednesday. So thank you very much once again for joining me on this adventure, this journey that we're all on. And what I'd like to do today is once again have a chat to you about a topic which is near and dear to my heart. And I'm going to pull out a few pointers from a book summary that I read. And it's a real great book. It's entitled The 12 Pillars by Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn has got to be one of my absolute favourite writers and speakers, motivational speakers. His ability to take something which is really complex and troubling to many people and to digest it and decipher it and to break it down into its simplest parts is just phenomenal. I remember seeing him in seminar many years ago, and he was a delight to listen to, and his one-liners, his way of expressing things was very simple, but its simplicity in itself was where it was so profound, because he'd say something and then all of a sudden you'd think about it and it'd take you to another level. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is one of the things that he said there many years ago, and what's come out of this book as well, is that we all have been given the gift of life. The fact that we were conceived and we come into this world means that we are given the gift of a lifetime. And that lifetime could last a nanosecond, could last, a pre-birth sort of lifetime, or it could last a very long time. I think for most people, 70 is the allotment that we can expect to live. I think most people can hope to live to the age of 70, but not everybody does. But as Jim Rohn says, it's not the number of years that you live, it's not the length of your life, but the life in your length and how much life you're able to extract out of the years that you have. Pretty special, pretty profound. And a lot of us don't get to think about it because we all seem to live with the illusion that we're going to live forever, and that there's plenty of time to do this, plenty of time to do that. We've got our friends, we've got our family around us. But the reality is, all of those things that we think are constants in our lives are in fact extremely fleeting. Today's friends could be strangers in the new year. Our children grow up, they move on. They have their friends, they have their relationship, and their focus changes, and it's normal, and it's welcomed, and it's something which is beautiful. We can't expect to live in the same family unit as what we had when we first met our partner, or when we first started our families. Things change, things move on. We finish school, we grow up, we leave kindergarten, we start working, and with each of those steps is a new adventure and a new journey, which you're welcomed to partake in to its fullest. So given that we all have 168 hours a week, 24 hours a day, 60 minutes in every hour, and 60 seconds in every minute, and we know that life is made up of moments which are joined together, which compound together to give a lifetime, then we need to try and extract the most from every moment and not be lazy, not to sit back and to say, I'll do it tomorrow or I'll do it another day. Because the reality is those other days never come. You've got now, you've got right now, and you've got to do the most right now. And he said a few things which are extremely profound. And we get to understand it more as we get older and as you look at the people around you, that you realise that there are people who have done a lot in their life, a lot of activity, have a lot of experiences, have gained a lot of wisdom, and the reason why you gain a lot more in life is simply because you do a lot more in life. So let's take a think about that. You gain what you do. You just don't sit back and wait for life to come to you. You need to extend your arms, extend your vision, extend your energy, and try and extract from your lifetime as much as you can, and of course be as much value as you can to yourself and to the others around you. Wow, this sun is hot, but I'm enjoying it. It's so nurturing. I just love the sun on the face, but not too much, of course. Otherwise, there are challenges which come with too much sun. So what Jim Rohn was saying was, take some time to know your stuff. Take some time to live your life, and to live your life with passion. To live your life with positive expectancy, and to do as much as you can, and not to be limited by your fears, your irrational fears, and what others around you allow you or don't allow you to do. You're the one in control of your vehicle, you're the king of your castle, and you have the invitation to remove the handbrake and to go on a magnificent ride and enjoy life in its fullest, both the ups and downs, because you get enjoyment on the way up, and you also get enjoyment on the downs, the roundabouts, and every other area of your life, as long as you understand that everything happens for a reason, and it's up to you to work out what that reason is, and it's not up to other people to define and to explain to you what that reason is. You need to find it out yourself. But the word of warning is that you need to have an empowering mind and to look for what's good in what happens, and not to continually complain and blame others and look for what's wrong with what's going on. Because the more you do, the more you're going to have in your inventory of skills, your inventory of experiences, the images that are stored in your conscious and your subconscious, and you'll be able to give because you've received. So open up those arms and grab with those two hands, with those 10 fingers, and hold tightly as much as you can in your life, and don't let it just slip through your fingers. Don't let it wait till tomorrow. Because as Jim Rohn says, and this is real powerful, so listen up, you can't teach what you don't know. Think about it. You can't teach what you don't know. So you need to learn. And learning comes through experience. Experiential learning is the key. You can also get it through books or through relationships or through listening. But be an observer. Learn as much as you can because the more you learn, the more you know, and the more you know, the more you're capable of learning. But also to be humble, to realise that regardless of how much you learn, you'll never know everything, and life is uncertain anyway. So you'll make assumptions, or you'll have certain views, but your views may not be the same as everybody else's view, and you may have the right view, you may have the wrong view. You'll never know until much later in life. And the other thing he talks about is that you can't share what you don't feel. So you need to get involved, get engaged with people around you. Be passionate. Open up. Don't be stiff. Don't be reserved. Don't be scared. Don't be fearful. Because all of those things will cause you to seize up and to not express yourself fully. But also you'll impact the ones around you by stifling their expression and not enabling them to express themselves in the most productive way they possibly can. And by limiting yourself, you're limiting others, and by others limiting themselves, they're limiting you, and it's got a compounding effect on life's experiences. The other thing he talks about is you can't translate the stuff that you don't understand, or you can't translate the stuff that you don't have. So you need to be open. You need to open up and take on every day. Push yourself. Lean outside your comfort zone. Because if you're too comfortable, you're not going to be bloody doing anything. You're just going to be content, sitting there, fat, dumb and lazy, doing nothing, and missing out on all of those swinging doors and those opportunities which present themselves only to the people who are on the move and who are open to opportunity and open to change. And he also talks about the fact that you can't possess, or you can't give away the things you can't possess. So you can't pass on things which you don't have. So on the one hand, we know that we don't want to be too greedy in our lives, but that needs to be tempered with the vision that the more you possess, or the more that come your way, the better positioned you are to share it with others in your network and the others around you. The reason why we become wealthy, the reason why we become educated, the reason why we become lucky, the reason why we're healthy is not for us to use it for our own means, for our own selfish needs. The reason why we have these benefits, these gifts, these opportunities is to enable us to become enablers, to become catalysts, to be able to help others who don't have the opportunity, the fortune of having the gifts that have come our way. So we're encouraged to share whatever we have with as many people that we know or that we come into contact with, to better their life and for them to then pass it on to somebody else. Because the calling that we all have is a very simple one: to live, learn and pass it on. To be simple people, even though we've got complex behaviours, to be humbled, to be simple in everything we do, and to share whatever we can with as many people that we can, so that we all have a better life, or a life which is a little bit better than what it would have been if we didn't share, if we didn't take time to chat to each other, to help each other, to uplift each other. Remembering that you have a vibration, you have a vibe, you have a persona that can either be positive or negative. So, we all know that, positive, helpful, encouraging sort of people tend to bring out the better side of us. So try and be the person who brings out the best in you. Try and be that person to other people. Anyway, I think that's enough for this morning. Let's finish up with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I'm well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and most importantly, let's do whatever we can to uplift not only ourselves, but to uplift all of those that we come into contact with. And if there's anybody that we come into contact with who is trouble, then you can either steer clear of them or just try and help them wherever you can. But I'm not saying that you need to take shit from people all the time, but to try and help where you can, and if you can't help, then just move on, because there are plenty of other people who welcome your contribution, your assistance, and your positivity. Thank you, and I look forward to coming to you again tomorrow from another location with another message from Jim's 5am Club. Que taleme. Thank you once again. Take care, and we'll chat again. Bye for now, and yasas.